Okay, so here we are with another factoring problem. Now, this one is a little different from what we've been dealing with in the past videos because in this case, the leading coefficient is not equal to 1. In the past, I told you, we're dealing with a special case when a was equal to 1, so you had just an x squared, in this case minus 10x minus 8. But now we're actually going to put a number out front. And how do we deal with that case? Well, the method I'm about to teach you is called the AC method, and it's aptly named because it's trying to tell you that you want to multiply the a times a c. Now remember, we say that these quadratic expressions have the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So we're going to multiply the a times the c. So the a being 3 and the c being negative 8, that gives me negative 24. Negative 24. So what I'm going to do now is very similar to what we've been doing in the last videos. I want to find factors of negative 24 that sum to a negative 10. So let's go ahead and figure out what the factors of negative 24 can be. So we have 1 and negative 24, or negative 1 and a positive 24. Or we could have a 2 and a negative 12, or a negative 2 and a positive 12. I can keep going, 3 and 4, but look, I think we've already found our pair because 2 subtract 12 right here, that is negative 10. So this 2 and negative 12, that is the pair that I'm going to use. Okay, so like in the previous videos, what we're going to do is we're going to rewrite that second term, that b term, like this. So we can go from negative 10x to minus 2x subtract, or positive 2x subtract 12x. We have minus 8. Okay, so again, so negative positive 2 minus 12x is a negative 10. All right, and we're also then going to factor into groups. So I look at this group and I look at that group. Okay, so in the first group, I'm asking myself, what do these two terms have in common in terms of numbers that, or variables that are being multiplied? Well, it's a 3 and a 2, and there's no number that really goes in 3 and a 2 other than 1 itself, so we're kind of okay there. But both of them have an x, so I'm going to pull out an x. Now, what gets left behind? So again, factoring is division. So I take a 3x squared and I divide it by x. And so one of the x's cancel with one of the x's down here. I'm left with a 3x. So that'll be my first one. Okay, and now I'm dealing with my 2x. So 2x divided by x, one of the x's cancel, leaving me with a 2. So plus 2. Good, so that was my first pair. All right, now we look at the second pair. What does negative 12x and minus 8 have in common? Well, they don't have an x in common, so I won't be pulling out a common variable. But they do have, they're both even. In fact, both of them are divisible by 4. Now you may have noticed they're both divisible by 2 because 12 is even, 8 is even, but we need to think bigger. We need to pull out the biggest thing possible, which in this case is a 4. 4 goes into 12, 4 goes into 8. Now also remember, because my leading number in the pair is negative, I'm going to pull out a negative something. So in this case, I'm going to pull out a negative 4. All right, so let me kind of do some scratch work over here. Clear some of that out of the way. All right. So negative 12x divided by negative 4. So negative 12 divided by negative 4 is a positive 3x. So I get 3x right here. And then I have a minus 8 divided by negative 4, which is a positive 2. So I say plus 2. Good. And now we're in that last step. So now I know that I have two factor pairs, something and something, like this. And what I'm going to do is find 3x plus 2, 3x plus 2. So that's one pair, the 3x plus 2 just sitting there. And then the other pair you can see sitting just right there. So that is x minus 4. And for now, since all we were being asked to do is factor this and not solve it for x, we'll leave it right there.